Thanks for joining us. Time to get ready for NBA action on 2K Sports. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's the Boston Celtics going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And with the game about to...
And a good nature back and forth between the players while we wait to get this one underway. Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. Here with my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Welcome to Los Angeles, home court advantage for the Lakers. We are live at the Staples Center. And now the opening lineup for Boston, courtesy of State Farm. We've got Brown, Parrish is out there with Bird, and it's Lewis in at the 3 slot. And for the Lakers, Worthy out there with Green. Then there's Scott, then there's Perkins, and it's 3 in at the 1 spot. Bird with it. He kicks it to Parrish. He dishes it to Brown. Plenty of space. And the shot is good. Brown's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Celtics.
Since Boston's resurgence, they've always done a great job against the Western Conference. Having the depth and the talent they do gives you a chance to do that. But last year, it just wasn't the same.
Stolen by Bird. Using his post move to get the 2 points. Boston on D. 4-point game. Yeah, Clark, you're right. They really struggled to get any real momentum when they faced off against the Western Conference. And Steve, they ended up with a 7-11 record against it.
Yeah, you know, really a far cry from how they had done up until that point. But losing some of the guys they did made it hard for them to play the type of defense that let them dominate the Western Conference the year before.
Celtics have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Feeds to Brown. Drops it in from 11 feet. 1:39 left here in the first quarter. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Worthy, the pass to Green. And that one's good.
Great move to get to the bucket and lay that one in. He's got the softest touch around the basket. Impressive.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, I caught up with Doc Rivers for a minute. Minimizing steals is one of his big focal points in this game. He said that taking care of the ball and not giving away possessions is something that is paramount to his team's chances for success in this basketball game, guys.
All right, thanks, Doris. I think it's the one thing we were talking about before the broadcast. The defense they're facing always seems to be in a lockdown mode.
Yeah, that's their identity, Kevin, and there's kind of an intimidation factor involved here. They gained their reputation as a defensive club for a reason. They're tough.
Yeah, they really are tough, and they also do a good job of making you uncomfortable and frustrating you a little bit. So you got to keep your poise when you're facing a team as good as this one is defensively.
Well, because of his passing ability, Kevin, I mean, if you're going to play with him, your only job is to get open on the floor because he will get you the ball, and he'll give it to you in rhythm so that you can get a good shot off.
Steve, the other thing is he's really an extremely skilled ball handler, too. He's got a little flash and dash to his game, that's for sure.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Evans is checked in for Perkins. Campbell comes in for Green, and it's Teagle in for Scott.
Staples Center was just an unwelcoming venue all around last season, and the Lakers did their part by defending the home court not only with pride, but passion, too. You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. McHale outside. A pass to Fox. Inside, number 5, and the layup falls. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Celtics up by 5. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
and they're really keying in on getting as many good shots inside the lane as possible. They're doing a nice job of not just settling for outside looks.
Yep, I agree. I mean, they're working it inside and doing it with intention and purpose.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Celtics. Here's Threet, looking for his first bucket of the game. Shoots a terrific shot on the turnaround. Celtics leading by 5. Bird kicks to Lewis. Count that one.
And when you play against him, guys, you know that it's going to be very tough to deny him if he gets in close. So you've got to body him. You can't let him get positioned down by the hoop. Otherwise, he'll just torture you down there.
And he's really one of the most heads-up defenders you'll see, too. I mean, you've got to take care of the ball when you're around him.
You know, the area where the Celtics started to struggle last year was winning games on the road. That's something they had done pretty well in previous seasons, but they were very inconsistent away from Boston last year.
So both teams making some changes here. Brown right side. Back to Parrish. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
The defense caught dozing off that time.
Now those open dunks, pretty high percentage.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a poor defensive effort.
Lakers trail by 6. And for the Celtics, a lot of those close ones they were used to being able to pull out on the road seemed to go, Clark, I think, the other way last season.
They sure did, and all those losses added up as they ended with a road record of 15-18, Kevin. Those 15 wins, the lowest of any playoff team in the East, except for the Knicks.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, the Celtics have been one of the top teams in the East, but there is a line of thinking saying they're too old to still contend for a title. Be careful writing them off, though. Last season, they became the first team in 28 years to make the conference finals after sitting with a record under 500 at the All-Star break. Kevin, this team knows how to bounce back.
Such a terrific turnaround. Thanks, Doris. From the baseline. No luck. And it's Boston the other way. And there's the pass to Lewis. Campbell grabs the board.
Now, it would have been fun to see him pull it off, but, you know, you really need the points here. Just put it in the basket.
Here's Scott. Bird pulls it in.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, that didn't go down, but those are exactly the plays coaches like to see.
The Celtics shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
He's one of the best free throw shooters in the league, and this game, no different. He's making each trip to the line count.
Green, he's guarded by McHale. Green kicks to Divac. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Divac. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Divac. Both teams deciding to change it up. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And here's Bird. Here's Shaw. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Here's Green. Just 3 on the clock. Gets it to go. And that concludes the first half. Celtics lead by 7.
17.
And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
NBA basketball on a Saturday night. Oh, the perfect weekend activity. Family friendly.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
You know, the Lakers have long been the pride of the West for the better part of the century, but every so often they can hit tough stretches, and last year they had a hard time with the East.
And so it's the Lakers with it. They trail by 7. They've got Perkins. Green is out there with Worthy. Then there's Scott, and it's 3 in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
Ammonia strong finish right there, partner. You hear me? That was ammonia strong.
Yeah, ripped it down with 2 hands.
That's about as high percentage as you can get.
Gets it to go. Lewis has got 6. Yeah, they just couldn't do what the rest of the Western Conference playoff teams did against the East. And the Lakers, Steve, were 9 up and 9 down, right at 500.
Yeah, kind of surprising, given that the East was the weaker conference for sure. I would have expected a better record from the Lakers. They really got off to a slow start, particularly on the road, and I think that cost them a little bit at the end.
Free throw drops for Worthy.
Well, there's some very popular destinations for free agents around the league. Chicago, New York, Miami. But for me, the Lakers are still the premier market for players. You know, big city, a history of winning with the Laker organization, and fantastic weather, of course. I like the way they got the ball inside there.
That's good. Worthy's got 9 points.
3 for 3. You got to like this hot start in the third quarter.
And, Steve, to follow up on your point, the whole aspect of Hollywood has always been a big lure for the Lakers as far as recruiting Clark free agents.
We've seen it over the years with all the big names they've gotten assigned in free agency. No doubt about it, the Lakers are still one of those destination teams for a lot of players in the league.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
No, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
And the Lakers making a change here. Divac checked in. Here's Bird. The Celtics working the ball around now. Parrish kicks to Bird. And Threet pulls it down.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
Good.
That's 4 straight from the field, guys. Off to a quick start this third quarter.
Bird with it. Now Green defending. We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter. Here's Bird. Gets the bucket. Bird's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, and he's been a player who always saves his best for last, Kevin. Absolutely thrives under pressure. And, you know, when some guys back down with the game coming down to the wire, he seems to be the one to take it up a notch.
A second thing I want to bring up about him is his top-notch play on the low block. He puts on a clinic down there some nights with all the moves he shows off.
But both teams showing a lot of hustle, Clark.
Steve, especially since halftime, I mean, they're flying around out there, giving up a lot of energy and putting together a pretty good show.
The big dunk at the end of the break.
How about that? They finally tie it up.
Can they continue this momentum, guys? We'll see.
Here's Lewis. Gets an open look and hits. Lewis has got 8 points. The Lakers have gone as spotless. 6 of 6 from the field since taking the court here in the second half. Here's Worthy. That is good.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Drops in the layup for 2. Worthy's got 17 now, just in the second half.
Offensively, just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
Bird kicks to Lewis.
Oh, man, that was unreal. Mark it up.
Not stop. There's no way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. I mean, pretty one-handed finish. That was nice.
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play. Some impressive scoring, and we still have 1 quarter to go. Who will gain the upper hand in the fourth? And fourth quarter. Welcome back. It's time for the fourth quarter and time to check in with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke, to find out who had the Sprite uncontainable game. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. For the Lakers, it's been an uncontainable game from their small forward position. He is responsible for creating the majority of this team's offense, and he's done a great job of generating assists here through the first 3 quarters. Can he continue to dish it out in the fourth, guys?
Doris thanks. His first 3 quarters have been outstanding.
But he's put so much energy in those first 3 quarters, Kevin. You wonder, does he have anything left in the tank to keep it going in the fourth?
You know what, Steve? I'd be surprised if there's any drop-off here. As hot as he's been, he should be able to just ride that wave of momentum and adrenaline for as long as he needs to.
On the court right now for the Celtics, we've got Shaw. He's out there with Brown. Fox is out there with McHale.
Shooting for Los Angeles. Burkle. At the line for 2.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. And some changes here for the Lakers. Green is checked in for Campbell. Worthy comes in for Teagle, and it's Scott in for Smith. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
You know, he's an excellent free throw shooter, Kevin, especially for a big fella.
Now here's Brown. Bird dishes to Brown. And there's the rejection. Dives for it, but they get it back.
Now, second chance points are going to be key. They've got to keep this team off the boards.
And, Steve, any slip-ups boxing out can really cost you there.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Worthy against Lewis. Nice shot by Worthy. Worthy's got 23.
His team has to tighten up inside. Way too many easy hoops in the lane.
Yep, that's 5 straight buckets they've given up from the key now, and it's hurting them.
Here's Bird. That's good.
Been a little too easy for them inside, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Steve. I mean, they've really dictated the action in the paint. That's been their focus, and the defense hasn't mounted much resistance at all.
Here's Worthy. The finger roll finish at the bucket. He's got 25.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Well, defense starts at the rim. I mean, you want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside. Both of these teams have really stepped it up offensively.
You know what, Steve? They haven't missed a chance, and I think both teams really know what's at stake on every possession here.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Vinny Del Negro had to say to his team. He told his guys, time's running low. If we're going to make our move, it's going to be now. Are you guys ready? And as they nodded, he said, let's go get it. Kevin?
The dish to Brown. Bird, the pass to Parrish. Good.
Boy, a nice little trend developing here, fellas. I mean, that's 8 of their last 10 from inside the paint.
Yeah, they're getting high percentage looks down there. Their offense is really clicking. I don't see why they wouldn't just continue to pound the ball inside. Looking much more comfortable out on the floor here in the second half.
The Celtics have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Connects! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Huge bucket.
They don't get much bigger than that, Steve.
Passes it to 3. Dishes it to Scott. Worthy. Buries it.
And where's the defense? I mean, this has been pathetic at both ends.
Yeah, it has been pathetic defensively, but it's been exciting from an offensive standpoint. But if you like defense, then neither one of these teams deserves to win.
Kicks to Parrish. Money! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Whoa, that's a big shot right there.
And that one really took the air out of this crowd.
Kevin, the silence is deafening.
Here's Worthy. Sinks it.
They do have a foul to give here.
Yeah, you might see them use that at some point. I would.
At the line for 1.
And those free throws will make things very hard on them. Only a 3 will save them now.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're behind by 3. 23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, they've got 2 options here. They can go for the 3 and the tie, or the quick 2 and the foul.
I like the idea of going for the quick two. Take it to the rim, and that wouldn't be a bad way to approach this situation.
Lewis misses. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, no question the right call at this point. You can't let them just dribble it out.
That's right. I mean, you got to send them to the line and hope for a few misses.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now, so strategically everything changes a little bit. Those were very important foul shots.
Here's Bird. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. 11 seconds left in the fourth. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
That slams the door, guys. No chance they're getting back in the game after those free throws.
Here's Gamble. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. From half court, it's off. And so the Lakers take the win. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Welcome, everyone. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, ready to bring you all the action along with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. You'll see the West All-Stars and the East All-Stars. So let's take a look at the State Farm starting five for the West All-Stars. Johnson is out there with Drexler. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Mullen. And it's Malone in at the 4. And for the East, Pippen is out there with Barkley. Then it's Thomas. Then it's Jordan. And it's Ewing in at the 5. And here are the East All-Stars now. Pippen against Mullen. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Not stopping. There's no way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. Pretty one-handed finish. That was nice.
Gets it to go.
I like the way they're working the ball inside because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots and typically good things happen.
Outside Pippen. Back to Thomas. Drops in the layup for 2. Thomas got his first basket.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, well, Don Nelson had a few moments to share with me. He knows it won't be easy for them to put up a lot of points against what has become one of the very best defenses around. But he said, that's okay. You know we can have games where it's high scoring and back and forth, but we also have to be able to win the grit and grind defensive matchups too. I have confidence in my guys that will come to play and match their toughness at both ends of the floor. Kevin, we'll see how tough they are.
And Doris, as always, thank you. So, Steve, do you agree with Coach's game plan here, given how tough the D is that they're going to go up against?
Yeah, I do. I mean, a huge part of your game plan has to be... Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Nasty, nasty. Whoa.
And that look right there on Clark says it all.
He's not alone, Kevin. Hey, that was just mean right there. Yeah, he's sort of the guy they look to offensively. Not necessarily in any one area, but just in terms of his all-around game.
And one of his greatest gifts is the ability to get his own shot off the bounce. No question about it. He's a tough cover.
Mullen kicks to Johnson. That drops. Johnson's got 6 points. 1:24 left in the first quarter of the game. Thomas dishes to Pippen. Feeds it to Barkley. There's the dish to Thomas. Back to Barkley. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Doherty's checked in for the East. Rodman comes in for Pippen. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Olajuwon's checked in. Johnson's shot is off.
Good, tough defense there. Getting a hand up, forcing that miss.
Well, he's got the reputation of being a tough defender, and there was an example right there for him.
Jordan with the bucket.
Boy, it's been a hot shooting first quarter for them so far.
Steve, it's been fun to watch. I mean, the shots are dropping, and it's led to an excellent start.
Gets it to go.
He has yet to miss on his first 4 tries. This could be his night.
You know, if he's got the early hot hand riding, I mean, I think it's simple. Keep getting him the ball.
Here's Johnson. There's the bucket. Good. Johnson's got 8 points.
That's exactly what they had in mind on that possession.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the East with some changes. Willis, he checked in for Barkley. And it's Price in for Thomas. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Tumbo is checked in for Olajuwon. Worthy comes in for Malone. Marley's checked in for Mullen. And it's Hornacek in for Drexler. To the inside. Here's Doherty. And the shot is good.
Well, that makes 5 of their last 6 makes coming from inside.
Yeah, really focused on getting the ball into the paint because they're taking advantage of very porous defense down there.
Here's Worthy, and the basket good. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. 6-point game. The East All-Stars shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. And the first one drops. Both teams will make substitutions. Good on both.
He's one of the best free throw shooters in the league, and this game no different. He's making each trip to the line count.
Here's Johnson. Oh, that's blocked. From half court, can't get it to go. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. East All-Stars lead by 8. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Hey guys, what's your take so far on what the East All-Stars are doing?
It was pretty impressive the way they moved the ball, made the extra pass, and found open shooters that whole quarter.
Yeah, it's been a complete team effort out there. Great to watch.
On the court right now as the second quarter starts for the West All-Stars. They've got Elijah on. Hardaway is out there with Hornacek. Then there's Worthy. And it's Mullen in at the 3 spot.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for him. At some point, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
Here's Worthy, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Worthy's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, the thing that comes to mind to me is how effective he is around the rim. And he can finish with either hand and finish strong.
And another one of his great qualities is his clutch play at winning time. I mean, he loves those big moments and always seems to come through for him. Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Exclamation point right there, guys. That was a strong throwdown finish.
It was, and a little extra face time as he eases off the iron.
Well, it's about self-preservation, guys. Sometimes that's the safest route. Make sure you don't have any bodies or feet or ankles below you, and then calmly let yourself down to the floor.
New players in now for the East. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Tumbo, he's checked in for Elijah. Marley comes in for Mullen. Drexler, he's checked in for Hornacek. And Stockton subbed in for Hardaway. That is good. Worthy's got 8 here in the quarter.
3 straight buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Well, speaking of effortless, you'd like to see a little more out of the defense. So how about trying, guys?
Here's Lewis. It's rebounded by the West. We've got 1:13 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Worthy. There's the block. And here is Jordan. He's got 9. Lewis hits the bucket.
Attacking the paint again and again.
You know, they're getting whatever they want. I mean, 8 straight points coming inside.
Stockton kicks to Drexler. Worthy. He's covered by Lewis. Worthy, no good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
East All-Stars have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. The first free throw is good, so both teams making some changes here. Both free throws good from Ewing. There's 42 seconds left in the first half of the game. He feeds it to Malone. Barkley grabs the board. And they're moving it up. Pass to Rodman. Can't get it to go. Now the West All-Stars the other way. Ewing's shot is good.
Just too easy. They're getting whatever they want down there.
You said it, Steve. 5 straight field goals inside for him. The defense has to clamp down here.
Mullen's shot is off. Now Price. The feed to Dumars. Over Hornacek. And Dumars gets it to go. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. To stop the run. Shot is off.
Not the best shot. Long range and with a defender right in his space.
And defensively, that's the kind of work he's known for. I mean, he loves...
And so we conclude the first half. The East All-Stars up on top, leading by 10. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
The weekend is in full swing on a Saturday night. Glad to have you along with us.
Now, presented by Sprint.
The East All-Stars are coming out of the gates in charge. And give them credit defensively, they're boxing out, controlling their defensive backboards. And no quit in the West All-Stars, they came to win. They're scoring at ease. Is it great offense or weak defense? Whatever it is, they're lighting up that scoreboard. And that'll be our report. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope to see you next time.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And so in the game for the East All-Stars, they've got Pippen. Ewing is out there with Barkley. Then it's Thomas. And it's Jordan in at the shooting guard position. Thomas passes to Barkley. Makes the lead pass.
And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah, no, certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
Johnson down low. He's guarded by Thomas, and that one's good. Johnson's got 13 points.
It's been a great day for him from the field, but his team still trailing.
Jordan dishes to Barkley. Dishes it to Ewing. Over Robinson. And the rebound goes to the West All-Stars.
Well, he was right there, but the defensive pressure forced that miss.
Well contested. That really made it a tough shot.
That's good.
Offensively just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Barkley kicks to Thomas. Ewing, a screen on Johnson. Thomas passes to Ewing. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Ewing's got 4 points now in the fourth.
Again, they attack the hoop from the lane, and it's been really good to them.
Yeah, they're getting whatever they want down there. That's 4 of their last 5 buckets coming in the paint area.
Doherty's checked in for Ewing. Mullen kicks to Johnson. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Great move to get to the bucket and lay that one in. He's got the softest touch around the basket. Impressive.
Johnson against Thomas. Over Johnson. Thomas, no good.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
And here's the fast break for the fifth.
My goodness, look at him throw that thing down. I mean, he's as agile as they come, guys. And
Oh, Clark, the backboard is still shaking.
I think that one will make the highlight shows, don't you think?
The Sprite replay really gave you a good look at the action.
That's 5 straight hoops in the paint. What a fantastic job of attacking the rim.
well, Steve, they're getting the looks that they want down there, so might as well keep going right at the rim. If there's no resistance, then make them pay.
And so here are the West All-Stars. They trail by 6. Drexler dishes to Johnson. And it's good. Johnson's got 12 now in this quarter.
His team really needs this kind of effort, and he is bringing it forward. He's converted time and time again this quarter.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Thomas, and that one's good.
Well, for him, that finger roll is almost second nature. That's a tough shot for most players.
Here's Johnson. Good. Johnson's got 14 points here in the second half.
Got such a good feel for his shot today, in a really good groove.
Jordan inside. Here's Thomas. And he beat the buzzer, but it's no good. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. East All-Stars lead by 33.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
As the fourth quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite Uncontainable game. Let's go to Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hi, guys. Well, it's the East All-Stars who have delivered the uncontainable game today. Everything seems to be going their way, and right now they look to be in complete control. We'll see if that's the case as we head into the final period.
And thanks for that story, Doris. On the court for the West All-Stars, Olajuwon is out there at Marley. Then there's Hornacek. And it's Mutombo, and it's Stockton in at the point. 3 on the clock. Here's Willis. Offensive rebound, Lewis. Tough sequence there, they just couldn't get it to fall. Lewis is gone, 1 of 3 shooting so far. Olajuwon inside, Willis on him.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
And that one falls for Olajuwon. New players in now for the East. Then for the West All-Stars, Robinson's checked in for Mutombo. Mullen comes in for Marley. And it's Drexler in for Hornacek.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does. And that could be huge in a tight game like what we have here.
From 12 feet out, cannot hit.
He's got a nice touch on that shot normally, but good defense there clogging the lane.
Watch it. 4 of the last 5 times they've hit shots, it's come from an extra chance.
Yeah, possessions don't end when the shot goes up, guys. You know that. I mean, you've got to continue to play and fight for every rebound.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Thomas passes to Ewing. Free throw line jump shot. Can't hit. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it.
Well, he's boxed out, and when that happens, at some point you have to just turn and get back defensively. That time he went right over the top.
Yeah, but you go straight on the top of another player's back, that's going to be a foul call every time.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Malone's checked in.
This defense is porous right now. I mean, way too many looks coming from inside the paint.
It's 4 straight buckets now in the paint, and anybody in the NBA is going to make shots from there.
Ewing kicks to Jordan. Up top, Pippen. Back to Jordan. Stolen by Robinson. Here's Drexler. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. That one drops. He ties it up.
And that's how you do it, guys. I mean, free throws in a game like this can make a huge difference.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team. We can't let up now. If we stay and make a few plays, we'll be right back in it. His message was clear. Stay the course, Kevin.
Well, if you like offense, you'll love this game.
Yep, a high-scoring affair. Both squads saving their energy for the offensive end of the floor because they definitely aren't doing anything defensive.
Open look, and the shot is good. Drexler's got 6 here in this quarter. And a big play there to mute the crowd.
Yeah, that one kind of took all of the life out of him there, Kevin.
Kind of quieted the voices in here, didn't it? And that had to feel good.
Yeah, he exhaled as that one went down.
Mullen dishes to Drexler. Gathers. Money! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And the shootout continues.
Trading buckets both ways. I mean, offense definitely the focal point for these teams.
Thomas kicks to Pippen. Back to Thomas. Lobs the alley-oop pass. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Drexler. Sinks it.
And the pace has really ramped up in the second half.
Steve, I like the re-energized effort here. I mean, it's been a battle.
Here's Pippen.
Still a chance, but they've got to score here.
Yeah, every possession is necessary.
Chris Muller. That's his first personal foul.
24 seconds left in the game. Here's Barkley. Nails it! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Kevin, I think he's got to demand the ball. They need him to be more aggressive if they're going to take control of this game.
And that's going to be out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Here's Drexler. Kicks it to Robinson. Knocked away. It goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Here's Stockton. Oh, it's no good. And we're headed to overtime. Regulation is ended and we're heading to overtime. And we'll be back with you. Well, if you're just joining us, the intensity has really heated up in this one. As we watch this one go now to overtime. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the court for the East All-Stars, we've got Dumars. Pippen is out there with Barkley. Then it's Thomas. And it's Ewing in at center. Here's Johnson. And that one's good. Johnson's got 25 points.
Well, you just see them taking it strong into the paint over and over again.
Yeah, that really seems to be the strategy, partner. I mean, pound it inside.
Barkley outside. Barkley right side. Back to Thomas. 6 to shoot. Gets it to go.
My goodness! That one got him going.
Did it ever? They're on cloud 9.
What an atmosphere in here. This is incredible.
Johnson. Good.
And guys, 10 of their last 12 points coming in the paint.
Yeah, I like their aggressiveness on offense, but the question is, where's the defense? They've got to put up some resistance here.
Jordan, he's checked in for the East. And that one falls for Johnson.
Boy, what a great and one right there. These are the kind of plays that win you basketball games, guys.
Pippen, the pass to Ewing. Outside Thomas. Second chance shot. Here's Barkley. And he lays it up and in.
Well, they've had the advantage in rebounding all night, but none bigger than the one right there.
Here's Johnson. Good.
And you got to love what he's been able to do with the ball in his hands in this game.
Now Barkley. The rebound by Johnson.
Man, excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
Johnson right side. For 3. And it's the East with the rebound. Pippen dishes to Barkley. Outside Jordan.
Yeah, he spent a little extra time on the rim there. It looked like he wanted to do a pull-up.
Looked like it checking his landing. I think Clark Mann. Pretty big statement, too.
yeah, or so he'd have the refs believe.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. They're behind by 1. 7 seconds left in overtime. Guys, what's your take?
No need to rush things, although I think you do want to get a shot off in time to the point where if you miss it, you got a shot at an offensive rebound.
Well, if you got a play in your quiver that gets you a good shot, one you've been saving all game, now's the time to use it.
To win the game. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. So a close game sees the West All-Stars taking this one. Clark, what a game.
Yeah, they kept their cool, stayed with the game plan, and that's why they came out on top.
Well, that'll do it for us. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, Kevin Harlan saying so long. As we end the game, we bring you our Jordan Player of the Game.